Good afternoon, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 98. It is Sunday afternoon and just taking off for the day. It's a little bit later than I hoped. It's about 3:45 right now. I hope to get out of here about 45 minutes ago. So it's going to be a pretty long night tonight. I am planning on visiting at least 5 casinos tonight. I think I am on call as of right now as well for work. So could get myself in quite a pickle here if I'm late getting back, or if I need to hop on a call because I did not bring my laptop. I would have to depend just on my cell phone to do all the work. So it would be extremely rare for something to happen on Sunday anyway. But so today, right now, I am heading out. I did update my charts. We had a decent week last week, including everything that I did last week. Not including some of the purchases, but pretty much everything else ended up ahead over 5,500 for last week, which is where we need to be. That gets me about 2.5% of the way back to where I need to be as far as on this day in the year where I need to be. So I'm 2.5% closer, but I've got a long way to go. I basically need to start earning about $6,000 a week for the next 15 weeks to get caught back up. So that's how bad it is. So quite a big feat to accomplish, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to do things as I can and just do my best and try to get an extra session in here and there wherever I can. You've noticed the last 5 or 7 episodes I've said, okay, I'm going to try to get out tonight, try to make an extra 50, try to make an extra 100, try to make 200, whatever it might be, and every little bit helps to get me back on track. So that's what's happening right now. As far as we talked about Friday, I wasn't able to get out, and I actually had a really good day. I think it was the best day of the week, Friday. On a day that I couldn't even go anywhere and try to make any money, but it all worked out. But I had to be there for an appliance repairman, and they could not fix the appliances for my mom, and so I just took her around today. After church, I took the family to get some lunch, and then after we got back from the restaurant, then I picked up my mom, took her to Home Depot, and we were looking. They've got about 30 different refrigerators, but not quite what she's looking for. So she's going to keep looking around. Hers is not bad. I mean, it's cooling it into the 40s for the temperature, and the freezer's in the 20s. And she has a spare one that she can use temporarily. So she's not in bad shape. She wants to take her time and make a good decision on one. So today it is a beautiful sunny day. Just like 1 or 2 small clouds in the sky, 63 degrees outside. I think the high for today is supposed to be about 65 in my area. I'm not sure about the area I'm going to. Let me look that up real quick. Looks like it's going to be the same, 65 for the high, and looks like it's going to be a sunny day there as well. So the weather is good. Hopefully traffic is good. Hopefully variance is good, and we make some cash. Our goal today is to try to hit 3 blackjack casinos and at least 2 slots casinos as well. And I am going to a casino. I'm considering a slot casino that has blackjack, but things are a little bit uncomfortable there, shall we say, with me and the management. So I don't want to poke the bear too much here because I do depend on that place for slots quite a bit. So I'm going to stay off the blackjack tables there for a while. So that's what's going on right now. You're all caught up. I'm just heading out, and I got to stop for gas here in the next hour or so, and then we should be able to make it to at least 3 or 4 casinos before having to fill up again. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, just leaving my first spot, and walked in, and one of the first machine I looked at, there was a okay play, not a great play, low denomination, just over $1 a spin. I played that one through and was ahead $47 on that one. Then I looked at some other stuff, and as I was moving on to the next machines, I see this guy who, frankly, I can't even call him an AP. I can call him someone who's heard numbers. That's about it. And he's like, Joe, you got to go over this machine. It's at this. I'm like, what? No way. I said, how long ago? He said, about a half hour ago. I said, there's no way. The old version or the new version? Oh, the old version. I'm like, there's no way that play is still there. I go over there, old lady playing the machine. I'm like, why are you playing what you're playing when you know that that is something you can make money on? All you have to do is put your butt in the seat and push a different button. Instead of pushing the button on this stupid machine, you push the button on this intelligent machine and you make money. And of course, she made the money instead of him. I moved on, found another machine, lost about 50. Now I'm down about 10. Another one, lost about 10 more. And it was just like hanging around zero the whole time until the end. I found a play, and I played that one through. And that one took like 12 spins. And I ended up leaving ahead $97. So, I mean, not the greatest session. Could have been a lot better, but it was crowded. I really didn't see people checking much. Saw in this casino, it's not an area that's known for a lot of older people, but I basically see older people checking machines here. So saw a couple newer, older people. I don't know if that's you can say that, newer, older people that don't really have a lot of experience, that are just starting to play. And I don't really think they know that much about what they're doing, but they know a few things. And other than that, I really didn't see anyone else, but someone must have been here because I really couldn't find any decent plays. I found some, okay, I can play this if nothing else is available type of plays. And that was it. On my way up, or over, whatever, on my way over this direction, I got a message from a friend of mine who actually turned me on to some of the things that I'm doing today, who says that he's a big fan and he listens to all the podcasts. And I just want to say, I think I said it before, but in case I didn't, I really appreciate the help that you've given me in the past. And you've just been, a very nice person, very intelligent person. I really appreciate what you've done to help me out. And if there's anything I can do for you, the door is always open. Just ask. And we talked about, and you'll know who you are now because I'm going to mention the story that you told me, that lately he's been chopping a lot of plays, which means going in partners with a lot of people on plays. And he's been doing well on those, but losing on the ones he does individually. And I just want to say, just like you say to me, you hang in there, you keep doing the right thing, and the money will come. And again, thank you for all the help that you've given me. So, plus 97 at that spot, and the information that you told me before, I made about $80 on the way here. So, I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. It is about 4 hours later. 4 hours later. Yeah, 4 hours later. It's a long one here. I walk in this place. I'm looking at slots right away. I see someone playing a machine that's in range. It's $5 a spin, and I know that there's no way this guy's going to get up. I decide to stand behind him anyway and watch for a few minutes and see what happens. Spins it about 10 more times and cashes out. I'm standing right there, ready to take the seat. I sit down, I put 500 in the machine, I start playing, and have a decent hit early. I'm up to like 722, so I'm up like 222. And but the play's not over. And then I go through this torturous range where nothing is paying out at all. I'm getting 0, 0, 0, 0, all dead spins. And then finally, I got what I was chasing, and I ended that down about $30 overall after all that. So, look around, find a couple more things. I'm up like $11. Decide to play some blackjack, sit down at a lower limit table, buy in for like $300, then $200 more, And then I'm playing, and I'm trying to remember, it's been so long ago. Guy comes to the table, wants to play. He sits down, starts playing. Then another guy comes to the table. He wants the first guy loses. Another guy comes to the table, and he sits down, and he has a voucher, like one free bet for $750. So this guy must do a little bit of betting, let's just say. So he puts out the $750, and right when he does that, this other person comes, this lady. She sits down at first base. He's in the middle, and I'm almost at third base. And he plays a 750 on one hand. The dealer gets a blackjack on that hand, so wipes him out. And then he's only got like $300 or $400 left in his pocket. So to get a $750 voucher, you've got to be betting 5 figures repeatedly. I mean, losing and winning 5 figures easily, that much, if not more. So he buys in for like $300 or $400 more, and he ends up losing it. But before he leaves, a guy comes in to my left. He sits right at third base, and he's got a voucher for $100, and he plays that one and loses, and he takes off. But one thing I noticed is I was at that table for like an hour and 45 minutes, and when another guy came to first base, he was playing the side bet. And this is the one that I talked about, where I had the argument with the pit boss about it and the dealer, and I ended up right, and they ended up wrong, and they ended up refunding me like $50 or something like that. Well, that was in range. I was playing it, and this other guy was playing it, and then the play ended, and the other guy was still playing it. Now, when I was playing it, there was a different dealer. When this guy was playing by himself, it was the new dealer. The shift changes had happened, whatever it was, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, whatever time it was, 8 o'clock maybe. So the shift changed, and this new dealer was not pushing the button. And I'm like, you have to push the button. How come? He's in there. I'm like, he's in there, but he's not eligible for the other part of it. And so he's like angrily pushing it every single play. Yeah, he has to tap it twice. Once to end the old play, and one to start the new hand. And he's like, angrily, boom, 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 boom. Like, every single hand, he's angrily pushing it. And eventually the one guy loses, but I end up at the table by myself, and I'm hanging in there, but I'm not making any money. Eventually, the table gets crowded with 5 people, and so I move over to the table next to it, which is completely empty. And I played there for a while. I had bought in for a total of $1,100, and I ended up leaving dead even, and because that table ended up having 3 people on it, me and 2 others. And after a while, we had a horrendous shoe, and it was like a running -21 early, like a deck into the shoe. So I decided just to take a walk, and then you know what? Oh yeah. Okay, so I had actually left the table down, but I had rat-holed some chips, and when I added everything up, I was dead even on that table. So at this point, I'm ahead like $11 on slots. I'm dead even on the blackjack, and a friend of mine is going to come over and meet me there at like 10 o'clock. So I'm waiting around. I can't find any plays. Waiting around. And then, so I decide I'm going to go play a little bit of poker while I'm waiting. So early on, I had some good variance, and I was doing pretty well. I was ahead like $120, and I had a bad hand and lost that. Ended up just coloring up and walking away, and I was exactly I think I might have been up $1 or $2, but just about dead even. So now I played blackjack dead even. I played poker, I was ahead like $1 or $2. I played slots, I was ahead 11. So I decided I'm going to go do something else, and I'm going to enjoy myself for a minute until my friend gets there. So I actually went and, don't tell anybody, I actually played a little bit of Pai Gow. And guess how I did on the Pai Gow? Yeah, that's right. I ended up breaking even. So I ended up breaking even on everything. And so 10 o'clock rolls by, he's not there. 10:30, 10:45, and I'm playing that pie out, and I had positioned myself in a way that I could see out the door area there to where the slot machines are that he would be checking when he got there. So I see him show up, play like one or two hands, and I leave dead even. And I go cash out half the money, and I'm cashing out the other half of the money at a different cashier. And as I cashed out half, and I was leaving that area, and he called me, and he said, "Where are you right now?" And I told him, "I'm just leaving this area." And he says, "I found this play. It's $30 a spin if you want to split it." And I wasn't really sure about what the play was, because I never knew the name of this game. I know the game, and I play the game, but I never really knew the name of it. So $30 a spin, we say, yes, let's do it. And so we decide to start with $500 each. So there's a machine behind it. I ended up putting $500 in, and then another $500, and just made 2 vouchers, and I let him put those in the machine. He puts both vouchers in, and let me see, I got pictures here. We are down to, that's interesting. Oh, okay, now I gotta look at this other picture here. So, of the $1,000, we were down to $322.50 when we hit a jackpot. And the jackpot was $2,723.50. So now after taxes and all that kind of stuff, it was like 2,300, something like that, 21, whatever it was. Right. So now we got about $2,400 in the machine, but the play is not over. So now you got to think, okay, what do you do here? Because we've talked about this before. Do you keep on playing or not? And I was all for keeping playing, because I need the big plays right now. So he said, well, what do you think? I said, well, whatever you want to do, I'm good with playing it. So we decided to go ahead and continue playing it. So we lost the 300 that was in the machine, and we put in another 800 in the machine, and that 800 and the 300 were all gone. We were down to $95 in the machine when it hit another jackpot for $9,305. $9,305. And then the lady came to pay, and she had screwed it up and hadn't taken the taxes out, and it was a big mess. And we calculated the taxes, and we figured out how much each of us was going to get. So we decided to go meet in one of the restrooms to do the payment there, so that we're not flashing all this money where the camera can see it, where other people can see it, all that kind of stuff. So we're heading over to there, and there's another machine that I wanted to check on the way there, and I found a play there, and this play was a higher amount also, and don't worry, it's not a disaster. It was like $8 a spin, and we decided to go ahead and split it, and we split it, and we both ended up losing like $137.50 on that play, because it paid horrendously. It took forever to hit, and then it paid horrendously, and we were lucky that's all we lost on it. And with the money I had won earlier, and that money that I lost, plus the money we won on the other machine, I figure, and I think I'm right on this, that I ended the session on slots ahead $4,602. So I ended up plus 0 on the blackjack, plus 2 on the poker, plus $4,602 on the slots, and that was it. We ended up talking for a few minutes, and right now, as I'm leaving, it's 12:45 a.m. already. So there were a few other casinos I wanted to visit in the area, but I can't do that and make it to work on time. So I have to start heading back toward home. There's still casinos on the way home, so I'm still going to play some more. But I just can't spend any more time in this area or I won't make it to work on time. So, wow, that was very interesting. And actually, while we were playing, a couple people that knew him showed up as well and were watching us play and stuff like that. And it was really an amazing payout. So for once, I got some good variance in something that I was part of. And yeah, so that's how that all went down. And right now, I'm leaving the area. It's 51 degrees outside, 12:45 a.m., and moving on to the next stop. And I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, as I am continuing on to my next stop, I'm just floored by all these bad players I sat with. And I looked and looked and looked for other tables to play, and there was nothing good that I could play. I even played a hit 17 table when I left the one table, and I actually lost a hand that I had a 17 against a soft 17, and the dealer drew a 4, so that kind of hurt me a little bit. I think I had 150 out on that hand, so you know, just that one difference in that one rule on that one hand made $150 difference. So anyway, but all's well that ends well. But the things that I was seeing, I was being talked down to because I had an ace 8, an ace 7, no, ace 8 against the dealer 10. Right? No, ace 7 against the dealer, ace 8 against the dealer 10, and I hit. And I had an ace 7 and I doubled down, and oh, I can't believe you're doing that. But then they're hitting 14s against the bus card and all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know what rules people have in their head, because it doesn't make any sense other than like I have a feeling that I'm going to do this. I really can't follow what some of the people are doing, and then for them to play that badly and then to like talk about my play, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But I played with at least 6 bad players on that one table, and then the other table also did not have good players. And I played with at least 3 people there, and again, you know, the house is supposed to be holding maybe a half or 1%, let's call it 2%, and they're probably holding 30% the way these people are playing. So anyway, I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So moved on to the next casino. Walked in, found some plays, but nothing incredible or anything like that. I had some decent EV possible, but just didn't work out. Played 3 or 4 machines, and I ended the session ahead, but only $3. So I was in there for a little over a half hour, and yeah, I mean, nothing I could do. That's all that was available, and I'm moving on. Right now, I am running low on fuel, so I'll need to stop and get some gas before I continue on from here. But we can do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? So from yesterday, Sunday morning till now, after church I had some chicken fajitas, and I substituted the beans and rice that come with it for broccoli. So all that was good. It was delicious. Everything was good. Very low carb, like 5 carbs or less, and filled me up. I could barely finish it. I left a couple pieces of broccoli, in fact, so it was very good, very filling. And I had them bring me some salsa with that, so I would dip the chicken in the salsa before I ate it. Gave it an extra flavor there, and salsa is very low calorie as well. In fact, when my wife makes it sometimes, I'll just put it in a cup and just drink it out of the cup. It's good thick salsa, but I just put it in a glass and either use a spoon or just drink it right out of the glass. So I'd give that probably a jack on a scale of 2 through ace. So that's pretty high. And after that, all I had was some sunflower seeds, and 2 candy bars today. And that's all I had. So probably under 1,100 calories. And the candy bars came like 10 hours after the food. So it's not like I'm not getting the effect of the low carb for it. So that's all cool. And what did you tip today, MW? You hit about $12,000 in slots today. What did you tip? So on the first one where we hit for 2,700, we tipped, I believe it was $26. So that's 13 of that would be me. And the second one that we hit for 9,305, we tipped $100. So I would have tipped less, but I didn't have any problem with that. So as for my portion, we tipped a total of $63. So $63 in tips today, and my half would have been $6,000 in payouts. So about 1%. So not terrible. Is that right? 1% or 1/10 of 1%? 600? No, it'd be 1%. So not too bad. Right now, I'm going to continue on, grab some fuel, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. Just continuing my journey here. I was just thinking, I don't remember, I didn't listen to it, but I just want to clarify right now. Earlier, I was talking about a hand, and I wasn't sure if I had ace-7, ace-8, what I had. I had a soft 18, and I hit against a 10. And I don't know why I was confused and going back and forth there, but it was a soft 18 against a 10, and I hit it. Anyway, right now, just continuing my trip and getting closer to home, and temperature is starting to drop even further. And right now, it is 48 degrees outside. We're going to get home about 2 hours before work starts. So we're just going to take a quick nap and hop in the shower, get ready for work, and head off to work. So overall, was a pretty boring day, except for the one slot session. Luckily, that all worked out. Everything was good in that situation. And I guess that's going to be it for right now. So tomorrow is Monday. We got Monday, Tuesday, and then back on the road again. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.